Hi, my loves. So I'm currently on my birthday break. I will be turning 29 in the next week or so. But I wanted to pop in to share with y'all some wisdom about Return to Sender and why Return to Sender work is necessary and very vital. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm an initiated high priestess, witch, psychic medium, and spiritista. Go ahead and subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that we can stay connected. But I'm very aware of my content over the years because I make content as I get the download, as I get that spark, okay? And part of that is just me being an intuitive and also a generator in human design. If my whole body doesn't resonate with something, I'm not doing it. Because that spark is quite literally divine inspiration, okay? And my message about Return to Sender work has changed over the years. It's gone back and forth. And I think it's very important to listen to your own intuition and know what you're dealing with when it comes to spiritual warfare and spiritual interference. But just to give you a glimpse into my personal journey, Return to Sender work is one of the first spells that I was taught by one of my elders, my Titi, a Puerto Rican woman. And because it was one of the first spells that I learned, it was part of my toolkit and my spiritual maintenance for a good 5.5 years, okay, on a regular basis. And the way that my TT explained it to me is it's kind of like an insurance policy, right? If the people around you or the people that monitor you or look at you, if they're not sending you bad vibes or witchcraft or Maltioho, evil eye, Mati, whatever, then they're not going to get hit. But just in case they are, that insurance policy, aka the Return to Sender work, kicks in. And they get their shit hit back at them. You can choose to send the energy back as is, or you can do what I like to do and multiply it, if they're really being malicious. But that's how it was taught to me, and it stuck with me, and it served me well, right? And then earlier this year, if you look back at my content, I say if you're dealing with energy vampires, don't. Or limit Return to Sender work. Because sometimes they want that energetic ping pong, they want that battle, they want that back and forth, and it feeds them. But then I sat with it. And one of my teachers that I'm heavily involved in her courses and whatnot explained that Return to Sender work is actually necessary. And this comes from Mina Irfan, the universe guru, who I love and admire, and my godmother is the most important teacher in my life as a feminine, but Mina is next. And Mina explained it as when someone projects onto you, when someone is gossiping about you, envying you, plotting against you, sending you evil eyes, sending you witchcraft, burying you in the cemetery, whatever, and they're energetically projecting onto you and vomiting onto you, they are basically trying to spiritually hot potato their triggering and their pain and their trauma onto you. They're saying, I don't like this. This makes me uncomfortable. You trigger me. You can have this, right? And by you holding on to that, and God forbid even internalizing it, which is very possible if you're an empath, you're not doing yourself any favors, and you're also not doing the perpetrator, the predator, the hater any favors either. Because even if, let's say for example, y'all, but I'm not going to use a super heavy example. Out of respect. You know what? Fine. Let's do it. Let's say that you both, God forbid, have experienced childhood ABUSE, or even worse, childhood SA, You both have that experience. But let's say that you are the more healed individual because you've done your inner work, you've gone to therapy, you've gotten on medication, you're getting the help that you need to move through that experience. And the person targeting you has not. And by you being in your power and taking your power back, that's a trigger to them. So they throw evil eye, they gossip about you, they hate on you, they stalk you, they send you witchcraft, they bury you in the cemetery, whatever. Even though you both went through those wounds, and they're the same type of wounding, that's not your experience. That trauma is unique to their soul and their body and their being, not you. The only person who can heal that wound and release that pain is them. And I'm going to tell you all the moment that this shifted for me, about a year or so ago. It was when I took full accountability and responsibility for my life, my path, my decisions, my destiny, my calling, my desires, my blessings, all of it. I took full energetic responsibility. In that moment, a lot shifted for me. But one of the things was I stopped feeling sorry for people who refused to do so. Because yes, you experienced SA. Yes, you experienced injustice. And that's terrible. And I've been there and I've dealt with that. That's not your fault. You were innocent, it was unjustified, and it's horrible. A lot of human beings are fucking cruel. But unfortunately, healing that is your responsibility. And as, I've processed my pain and stuff, I've reflected on the early days of my journey when I was having everything siphoned from me and taken away from me, and the destiny swapping was to the nines, and the death spells were up to the nines, and Kobayinda said no. Kobayinda said no. Cynthia said no. They said my daughter has a purpose and she will not die before her time. No matter what you motherfuckers try to do. I reflected on my darkest days, and I was never malicious. I've never been an envious person because I believed in myself. And also, in the midst of me losing everything about 4.5 years ago, I took that piece of me that knew what it was like to have $100,000, even $200K in the bank all at one time, liquid. I could transfer it out of my investment accounts, out of my bonds and my stocks, and have it in my Wells Fargo account the next day. I know what that feels like. And I knew not only did I have the ancestors that made that happen, those ancestors' DNA is within me. So I had a double blessing. I had the spiritual backing, because my ancestors, if they can make that happen for themselves, damn sure they're going to make it happen for me. And I knew biologically it was ingrained within me to make it happen, right? For myself. And I took that vibration of wealth with me. I knew if I had it once, I could have it again. All through honest hard work. So I was never envious, even when I was fucking hungry. Sitting at my boulder, begging my guardian angel for food. I was never a fucking hater. And that's why I don't have sympathy for malicious people. But these malicious assholes need to get hip with their own shit. And I've always, my consciousness has grown over the years, and I've always fluctuated between things, and I think that those beliefs served me at the time I was in. But I've always had this principle of, I'm going to mind my business, I'm a loner, I'm an introvert, I live in Nictopia 98% of the time, which is my own little bubble, my little world. But if you fuck with me, I will tear you down, and I will stab you with your own sword, spiritually speaking. Because don't ever come in my lane and try to fuck with me and try to bother me relentlessly and think you're going to come out unscarred and unscathed. That's not going to happen. It's a defensive approach to protection. It's not offensive. I don't go looking for fights. But that's where return to sender work comes in. I made a post a few weeks ago talking about majority of my audience and my clients, a lot of them are in the wounded feminine, right? I can help that. I can guide that. Because I've been there. I've lived it. I vacationed there. I bought real estate there. Nikki's lived in that space. Okay? I know how they feel. I can't help the toxic feminine. I can't. I can't help malicious. I can help wounded. I can help hurt. I can't help malicious. That shit is above my pay grade. And these gossipers, and these envious bitches and narcissistic men, and these little witches and warlocks that play with pots all day, that are oversaturated with blood. My muerto's in my ear right now, one of them. If you excessively feed your shrines, I'm a yaya, I'm a priestess in Apollo, so I'm just going to speak from Apollo perspective, but theoretically this could apply to any religion or tradition that sacrifices animals. If you excessively feed your shrines, you are excessively feeding them suffering. You are bringing suffering and bloodshed and unaliving into your own home. How do you think that's going to work out for you? And also, you've turned your shrines into energetic, metaphysical crackheads. You've turned your muertos, who, when you first got them, didn't know the taste of blood, into dope fiends. You're screwing yourself over from many angles, but you're taking innocent lives, so enjoy your karma. Where was I going with that? I think that was just my muertos being spiteful. I'm in my luteal phase, y'all. And I've been very much in my dark feminine the last month or two. But every month, during my luteal phase, Hecate just, she's always flowing through me. She's always using me as a vessel. But during that phase, oh girl, it's like 10 times more so. But return to sender work is necessary. People, if they're trying you, they need to get hit with their own shit. I attribute this to Pablo. I don't believe in this whole love thy enemy, have compassion for them bullshit. I'm not Christian. Pablo, some people call it a religion, some people don't. But if you want to call it my religion, because I'm initiated and high priestess in it, go ahead. My religion does not require me to forgive you. Or anyone. So your doctrine, aka the Bible, does not apply to me. That's why it makes me laugh when these Christians come in my comments and hate on me and throw these Bible verses at me, commending and commanding the unaliving of witches. I don't give a fuck. Do you want me to sue you or take you to court or press charges because that could be considered a death threat? I've talked to a lawyer about this. Never mind. Your doctrine doesn't apply to me. And this ties back into return to sender work because I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I will walk away. If you're an unworthy opponent, I'll just block you and move on. I don't give a fuck. You're not even worth me moving my thumbs to reply to your comment. But if you're really fucking trying me and you're threatening my life, I will take you down. And I will hit you with your own shit. Return to sender work is necessary because they're projecting their pain and unhealed trauma and their wounds onto you. And no matter how much of an empath you are, you cannot heal them by absorbing their pain. Because what's happening is they project onto you, whether it's evil eye, witchcraft, gossiping, whatever, abuse. And their pain doesn't go away. It just gets a band-aid for a few minutes or days, weeks, whatever, of dopamine. Because they get the high, they get the rush. That's what a lot of these destiny swappers and energy siphoners don't realize. A lot of the time, they're not actually able to siphon from you if your vibration is high enough. They just think they are, and they get a dopamine rush. So it's like their shadow or their dark side generating the energy. They're not actually taking it from you. It's their own ego boost within them. But they think that's what's happening, so they keep trying it. Anyway, do the return to sender work. If you want to know the how-to for the ritual, for the return to sender ritual that has served me well for years, go ahead and check out my destiny swapping course. It is 4, 5, 6 years worth of organized, structured knowledge that I've applied and tried and tested and embodied that works. It's also got the inner work and healing in there. It's the deepest work that I've ever created thus far. And it's my baby. I say all my courses are my babies, but this one is special. And it's been very cathartic for me because I'm taking a painful experience that I lived through and transmuted and turning it into something very helpful and very healing. That's going to help you if you're dealing with destiny swapping, but also trauma before that. It's sacred spiritual medicine that is 100% authentic to me and my soul. And it's coming out July 16th. Early bird pricing is available. The price will increase after launch on July 16th. So on my website, on sirensnectar.com, if you go to sirensnectar.com/destiny, that's the sales page for the Destiny Swapping course. And you can use Afterpay on my website. But if you need another buy now, pay later or something, or maybe you live in a different country, go ahead and email me at connect@sirensnectar.com and let me know that you're from another country or you need other buy now, pay later options like Klarna. I think Affirm is on there, Cash App Pay. Square, the website host I use, only allows Afterpay because of some merchant deal they have. But if you need other payment options, just email connect@sirensnectar.com and let them know that you're interested in the course, and they will help you with the payment. Because I don't want my work to be limited to just the US, because destiny swapping has been going on for millennia worldwide. So again, that's sirensnectar.com/destiny, and it's coming out July 16th, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love y'all more than anything. Oh God, I could cry right now, because I love my courses so much, you guys. Like, every time I launch one, it feels like a rebirth to me. Like, I'm literally not only bringing my ideas to life from my mind, through my body, through my hands, my keyboard, right? Because I type all this stuff, I record it, my voice. It's that, but it's also all the lived experience. And all the rituals that I've done that have kept me here. And all the offerings I've given to Spirit. And all the prayers I've said. And it's everything that I've worked for, not being just for me. So, if you want to know how to do return to sender work, definitely check out my course at sirensnectar.com/destiny. I love y'all so much. I'm going back to my birthday break. I'll be 29 soon, but your girl is an old soul, so 29 feels like 119 to me, but it's going to be okay. Alright, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.